Hey, what's up guys? It's Ivan, and in this card tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a landing page from scratch using the card page builder. We'll walk through the full process step by step, how to set up and edit your page, customize it, publish it, and even connect it to an email service provider if you want to collect leads. I've been building websites and landing pages for almost 8 years now, and I recently discovered Card, and I was really impressed by how fast and simple it is to create a professional looking page. So that's what I want to share with you here in this tutorial, and by the end of the video, you'll have your own working landing page even if you've never built one before. That said, let's get straight into it. So the first thing we need to do to start building out our page is go to their website. So if you head over to go.ivanmana.com/card with double R's, this is my affiliate link, but they do offer you a free plan with the upgraded Pro plan for only $19 for an entire year with no additional cost to you. So definitely try out the free plan, see how you like it, and then you can upgrade anytime. So this is what you'll see when you land on the page. Unlike other page builders, you don't have to log in or register right away. We're first going to start off by building out our page, and then we're going to go ahead and register and create an account. So you have the different options here. You have a profile page you can build, which is like your resume where you can introduce yourself, have links to your social media, things like that. You have a landing page, which is just a standalone page with some information about something, whether it's yourself or some product or service you want to promote. You have a form. This is what we'll be focused on in this video. So we'll be collecting leads. We'll be using one of these forms. Now, as you can see, all of them say premium, and that's because for a form, you do need a premium plan. However, you don't have to pay right away. So you can start off with this plan, and for 7 days, you get it absolutely free to test out, see how you like it. And then if you do want to continue with it, only then after the 7 days, you'll be asked to enter your payment details. So very convenient and gives you lots of time to try it out. You have this portfolio type page where you can add your portfolio information if you're an artist, author, web designer, anything like that. And then you have sections. So a section is like a website, which will have many different parts to it. So for example, if I click on demo over here, you have this just one page, but then if you click on any of the buttons, you'll be taken to the rest. So what I'm going to show you here in this video, even though we'll be building out a landing page with a form, everything I'm going to show you will still be very applicable to any other type of page you want to build. It's going to be the same exact drag and drop editor. So let's click on form over here and let's select one of these that we like. So far, I like this one the most. I think it's the cleanest, easiest to see, easiest to read. Yeah, this one looks nice too, but let's go with something simple. This one looks really nice as well, which is very similar to this one. So let's click on demo. Let's see how it feels. Feels pretty good. And then we'll be able to edit the thank you page as well. So let's click on select and start pro trial, or you could have just clicked select on that other page. It's going to give you a brief tutorial here, but don't worry, I'll show you how to use this. And then from here on, we can start editing. So you can see you have this main page here, and then you have the thank you page. So let's go through some of the options here at the top, and then we're going to start editing. So if you click on the little plus sign here, you'll be able to add any of these elements. Now, when you select any element, let's suppose you want to add more text, it's going to automatically add it to the very, very bottom. So you're just going to have to come in here and drag it to wherever it is you want to add the text. And then if you want to delete any element, you just select it and then click on the little trash can right there. Okay. You have undo and redo. You have play, which is going to show all the animations that you've set up, which I'll show you how to do. You have the show sections here. So it's going to show you here, you have the home page and then the done page. And that's really all there is for a lead submit form. You have the mobile view. You can see what it looks like. Generally, I don't mess around with this because with Card, the changes that you make on the desktop version will apply to the mobile. So in general, this has been very mobile responsive for me. I haven't touched it, but this is what it would look like. And then here you can save and publish the site. So we're not going to publish yet. Let's go ahead and do everything else we need to do first, and then we'll publish. You can click on these lines here. You can see some additional options here, but we're not going to mess around with those. So let's start off by selecting any element. So let's click on X. Let's suppose we want to change this text here. So we can click here and then we'll be able to change the text right over here. So in our case, let's suppose I'm giving away a free affiliate marketing guide, which I do actually have on Amazon. So I can say something like, get your free affiliate marketing guide, for example. And then here you see all these options. So they don't have the font options where you can just click to bold, click to italicize, but you can use all of these over here. So if you want to make this bold, you just put the 2 asterisks before and after, and you can see now it's bolded, right? And if you just remove one, it's going to make it back to the way it was. And then here you have the bold italic, you have the underline. So any of these, play around, see whatever works for you. In our case, I think bold is just fine. And let's close out of that, see what that looks like. Looks good. And so that's for the actual content. So then if you go over here, this little paintbrush icon, that's the styling. So every element will have these options. So they're going to have the main content and then they're going to have the styling. So here we can come in, we can change the color. I think the color looks good, but we do want to change the size a little bit, make it smaller like that. You can also click here and adjust it. Now this isn't pixels. So as you can see, it has a slightly different number, but it doesn't matter. You can see everything live as you change it. So you can just come in here and just play around with it like that. So 1.75, let's do a 1.85 maybe, like that. You can change the weight. So that's the boldness, how bold you want it to be. Change the line spacing. And by the way, you'll notice that it's a little hard to see this. So what we can do is move this to the right, and that way it's going to be easier to see. So now we can play around with this. Let's put this back to 0. Line spacing is fine. Indent here. You can adjust all these options here. Take a look, play around with these. There are many, many options. But all of this looks good as is. You can also change the appearance style if you want it to be heading, want it to be title. Okay, so these are default styles that Card has already prepared for you. So if you change this to title, you can see all of these are gonna match a different font, or rather a different style for this type, right? So you can come in here and just play around with them. So heading 1 looks good. So this is our heading 1. And that looks pretty good to me. So let's click done over here, and that looks good. Now for this untitled, I don't know if we need it. So if we don't, we can just delete it right over there, move this up. And now let's come in here and change this here. So we're gonna go back to the content, and we're gonna change this to say, for example, let's say enter your name and email, and I'll send you my free guide on affiliate marketing to show you what it is and how you can start making money with it today, for example. So we'll click done. That looks good. Everything looks good. But again, if you don't like something, you go to style, and then you can come in here and change the size, the weight, the line spacing. Okay, all these options are there. Now for the form here, I don't want the phone number. So let me just show you how you can change all these options. You click on form, and let's move this to the left this time. And let's ignore this for now. Let's go into fields first and just figure out what we want. So you can add name here. You have email. You can remove name if you don't want it. In our case, I don't want the phone number, so I'm going to remove it. But any of these options you can add. So full name, company, and required consent. So I do want that. So we're going to add that, which just says, I accept the above information will be used to subscribe, to make sure you get people's permission, so on and so forth. However, if you are using a double opt-in, like I am with my GetResponse email marketing software account, this will not be necessary. But regardless, let's have it in there just in case. And then let's adjust the button real quick. So instead of subscribe, we can say, get my free guide now, for example. And on click, we're going to leave it at default. The other option is to require payment. So you can certainly do that if you want to sell something here. That's how you would do it. But in our case, it's just a free guide. And then let's go to style. And then here we can change all these options as well. So the width will not be changed here because it's this width that fits the whole side there. But if we go into fields, let's suppose we want to make this a little smaller. Let's see where the option is for making that a little smaller if it was a little too big. So we can do that, but I also want to remove some space. So text areas, you can see doesn't do anything. So you can come in here and play around and see what some of the options are. You can see this corner rounds. Sometimes you just don't know what it is until you play around with it. So that's totally fine. But what I do want to do is I want to remove that space between them. So let's see which one that is. So it doesn't look like it's any of these. You can play around. Doesn't look like it's any of those. So let's go back up. Let's go into labels. You can choose whether you want it to be standard like this or inline, however you want to do it. Let's go into text. The size of the text you would change here, the weight, the line spacing, again, the letter spacing. So it doesn't look like it's anything that we need. Let's go back to form, and it might be this spacing here. So let's adjust the spacing there, make it a bit smaller. There you go. So that's perfect. And then again, you can just go around all of these. So margins, this one's not applicable, so that's fine. Alignment, you can see if this makes any changes. In some cases like this, where the form is already fully centered and it takes up the whole space, alignment's not going to matter because it already takes up the entire space. But if you make your form smaller, for example, then that's where it would make a difference. Same thing with the margins and the width and all that. In this case, it's already occupying the entire element here, but in cases when it's not, that's when you'd be able to adjust the width. Let's go to button and let's see if we can make this a different color if we want to. So let's come in here, maybe a little bluer. The blue fits nicely. I do like orange though. Let's see if an orange one's going to be good. Orange one really stands out. Maybe something like that, nice bright orange, make it stand out. There you go. And then here you can choose the icon. So I do like the arrow right. That's always the best option. Let's scroll down, see what other options we have. For the label, that's just the color there. For the width, we can make this a little smaller for the button, and then we can center it. You can play around with the height as well, make it a little smaller if you wish, maybe indent. We don't need to mess around with that. Icon size, can make it a little bigger. Corner rounding, make it a little more round, and that should be it. And then here you have the font. So the font's okay. So let's scroll back up. Let's go back into form, and now we can see if we can center it. And now, as you can see, because we made the button a little smaller, now we can center the button because it doesn't take up the space of the entire block here. So that looks good in terms of the appearance and the style. Let's go into animation here, and you can choose how you want to animate it. So if you replay, it's going to fade in. You can adjust the duration, the delay. I don't recommend you go too crazy with this because the more animations you have on your page, the slower it loads. Now, this is a very quick, very simple one pager. It's not going to affect it too much. But as you may have noticed, on any professional big website, they keep their animations to a bare minimum. So this fade in really looks good. We don't have to overdo it, so we're just going to keep it like that. And one more thing here, if we go down, we can see the button on hover effect. So we see the button grows right now, which is really cool. We have the intensity, the duration. So if we make it bigger, it's going to really grow, right? So we don't want it to be too big. So let's keep it lowest, big enough. That's good. And then you have all these different options as well. You can make it shrink, play around with it, but I do think a hover effect is very useful. So let's keep it at grow. Everything here looks good. Now, one more thing I do want to do is let's adjust the text size for this form here. So let's go to fields, let's go into text, and let's adjust the size a little bit because that's just a little too big. So that looks good. So we're going to keep it at that. I think everything looks good. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's hit save. So yeah, that looks good. So now let's go ahead and actually integrate our form, right? So that it actually works. So let's come in here. Let's go into the form. So you have three different options here. One is the sign up via. Okay, so you would be collecting leads via any of these email marketing provider tools that you have. So if you have Beehive, Brevo, Button Down, I don't know what that is. I'm using GetResponse, so it's right here. And then you'll just need to enter your API key and list token. And then whenever somebody enters their name and email, they'll be automatically added to your GetResponse account. So that's option one, which we will be going with. But let me quickly show you the other options. You have contact, so people can just message you. So they're going to enter their name, email, and then you're going to enter the email to which you want people to reach out to. And then you don't need any third-party integration. They'll just be able to message you, and that's it. Then you have custom. So in this case, you also don't need an email service provider. You could just enter your email here, enter the subject and the body text, and then you're going to get a notification basically to that email. Okay, so this is another option that you can go with if you don't have a third-party email provider. And then here, after somebody hits submit, where do you want to take them? Well, you want to take them to the done page, right? The done page is going to be right here. Let's click on leave section view, and this is the done page. So we'll be able to change that later on as well. And then over here, you'll see it says untitled. So you just have to come in here and just add some parts or some fields. So you enter email, for example, and you name this email. And you can make it optional if you wanted to, but you can click done and there you go. But in our case, we're going to come in here and we're going to add it to our form because I do have an active GetResponse account. So I want to collect leads via my existing provider. So in this case, we need to enter the API key and the list token. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my GetResponse account, add those in real quick, and then we'll hit done. And by the way, the process is the same regardless of what you use. So whether you use GetResponse or MailChimp, you will also need your API key and the audience ID. That's pretty much the same regardless of what you use. So let's do it with GetResponse here. All right, so here I am inside my GetResponse account. I do, by the way, have a complete GetResponse A to Z tutorial as well. I will link it in the description and as a card to this video. So check that out if you want to learn how to use GetResponse. They do offer you a 30-day free trial as well. So definitely check that out. So I'm going to click on Tools and then Integrations and API, and I'm going to grab the API key here. I'm going to click on API. So as you can see here, I already have the two keys, one for Elementor, one for the default key. We're going to click on Generate API Key. We're going to name this Card. Click generate, and then you won't be able to get this key again. So make sure you save it somewhere because once you create it, you won't be able to look at it again. You'll have to generate a new one. So we're just going to click on copy here. Let's click on close. Let's come back here and add the API key here. Now we need the list token. So what list do we want to add this contact to? Let's come back into GetResponse. I'm going to click on contacts. So you're going to choose your list from the list that you've created. If you don't have a list, click on create list and then come in here, click on settings for the specific list. And then it's going to be this one right here. So the list token right underneath the list name, we're going to Control C to copy, come back here, paste it here. There you go. And then we want to make sure that when people sign up, they get added to autoresponder day 0, right? So we're going to drag it to day 0. That's important. It says optional, but make sure it's day 0. And on completion, redirect them to the thank you page. So that looks good. If you have a reCAPTCHA account, then you can protect with CAPTCHA, and then you need to enter your CAPTCHA side key, secret key, and it's going to add this CAPTCHA code here. You also have these other options. We're not going to mess around with them. So everything here looks good. We're going to click on done. And now the form is up and running, ready to go. Okay. So when somebody enters their name and email here, they'll be added to, in this case, my specific GetResponse list. And then they're going to start collecting emails. So let's just edit the few remaining things on the page. So the first thing here is obviously you can add and edit the icon. So VSCCO, I don't know what that is. So let's come down here and look for the trash can, which is right here. Don't click on this trash can. It's going to delete that entire element, all those icons. So click on that trash can. Email, alt, phone, Instagram, X. I don't really use Twitter. Let's delete that. But for example, Instagram, we can say HTTPS. We can say instagram.com/ivanmana.biz. That's for Instagram. Then we're going to go down to phone number. Okay, I don't want the phone number either. Let's remove that, but let's add something else. So I don't want email. Let's suppose I want to add my Facebook. Let's see if we can find it. We got to scroll down to the bottom here. So YouTube, for example, we're going to click YouTube. We're going to add my YouTube channel, youtube.com/ivanmana. Let's add the www just in case. There you go. Okay, so you have all these options. You can keep on adding them. You can click on add, and you have to search for it. Now, keep in mind there's a lot of options here. So just keep on scrolling until you find something that you need, okay? But we're going to keep it as is. Let's remove that and click done, okay? So that looks good for now. And then for untitled here, we can say, so it's not appearance. Let's go into text here. Let's say untitled. Let's say Ivan Mana, all rights reserved, right? Let's say 2025. Okay, so that looks good for this page. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's come down to the thank you page. So here we just have to let people know. We'll have to say, thank you. Please check your email to get the guide. If you still don't get it after a few minutes, send us an email at ivan@ivanmana.com and we'll manually send it to you or something like that. Please check your email to get the guide. If you still don't get it after a few minutes and it's not in your spam folder, for example, send us an email. Okay, so that's pretty much it. For the button here, we can say continue to website, for example. So we can say continue to main website, and then we would just add the URL. That's the main website, ivanmana.com, or we can just remove the button entirely and just not have it there, okay? So let's click done. So that looks good. I'm pretty happy with this. So congratulations on creating your form. So now let's come in here and publish it, save it, see what it looks like, and check it. So now let's come in here, let's click save. And if you don't have an account yet, you can just create one here, and you do get 7 days completely free. So I don't want news, I do agree to the terms. So let me just go ahead and enter these details here. All right, so we entered those details. Let's come down here. Let's enter the title. So let's say free affiliate marketing guide. And here we can say, get your free affiliate marketing guide to see how you can take action and make money today. Something like that. Let's come down. So here you can get a custom domain, or we can just use the car.co URL. So I do, of course, recommend a custom domain so it doesn't look ugly, like with yourname.car.co, but I want to keep this video as simple as possible, so I'm not going to get into this, but let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video on how to set up a custom domain with Card, and I'll be happy to do that. So let's click on publish to a car.co URL here. Let's enter the name here. Let's say affiliate marketing.car.co. It's going to check if it's available. No, it's not. Let's say affiliate marketing guide. Okay, let's just enter 1, 2, 3 for simplicity. Just have something available. And then it's not letting me use my email, even though I don't remember signing up with this email account, but let me just go ahead and play around with it. All right, so I just entered a different email. Should be good to go now. Let's click on publish. And now it just says we need to verify our email. So before the site is live, we do need to do that. So let me just go ahead and verify the email. All right, so there you go. So I have verified my email. So let's click on OK here and let's view the page. So affiliate marketing guide 123.car.co, and there you go. So let's go ahead and enter our name and email here and see if it shows up in our GetResponse account. See if the email will go through. So let me enter Ivan+1@ivanmana.com. Get my free guide. And there you go. And then if we continue to the main website, we'll be taken to my main website. So let's go ahead into GetResponse now, and let's go into this list. And we can see here that we have the one contact. So let's come in here, let's click on Show Contacts. And here is the contact that we've just added. So congratulations, that's been done successfully. You have your nice, ready, available website that you can always view anytime. If you just log into Card, you'll see it here, and you can come in here and make all the changes. So there you go. You can come in here, click on the little pencil icon here to edit the site, to share the site, to transfer the site, to duplicate the site, to archive the site, pin the site if you have many different sites, and of course, change the settings for the site. So that is all for this tutorial. I hope you found it helpful. If you did find value, I do invite you to check out my free starter access to my course, where I help you with the A to Z for marketing your product online, all the way from building out a professional looking website to email marketing to running paid ads to tracking with Google Analytics and Google Tag Manager. So I give you free starter access here if you just enter your name and email. And that is all for this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.